Speaking to The Banker, an online economic and financial platform, Minister of Finance Ravi Karunanayake expressed the following views during the 2016 ADB meeting held in Frankfurt, Germany.
In the previous Rajapaksa government, what in your opinion went wrong?
I would say that it was just a democracy that was there. They thinking that they'll be there for life. So as a result, they fashioned it in a dictatorial manner. And there the return was only corruption and not return to revenue of the government. So with that you had a lot of illusionary projects that came about, which was more political in nature, and they basically pumped in billions where the actual cost was millions. So you can see the balance go into corruption, but the people have to pay for the total billions that have been taken.
And you actually mentioned in one of the seminars here that you're actively trying to follow dubious capital outflow from the country, but you're actually, it's not so much the tracking that's the problem, is that when you do track, those other countries are not necessarily sharing information about who is doing this capital outflow.
It was when we find that there has been a trail of money's gone out of the country, it goes into 3-4 countries, and when you ask them, please respond with banking information, give us the bank numbers, stony silence is there. So they pontificate on one side clean governance when they don't themselves do it, because they'll have outflight that is there. So these are the areas that we developing countries find hard to grapple with. And sometimes the duplicity is something which is unbearable to take on when especially poor, vulnerable economies like us.
Now, recently the IMF agreed to giving Sri Lanka $1.5 billion in loan to try and avoid a balance of payments crisis. Now, this has strong conditionalities. Basically, tax revenue has to go up, spending has to go down. And you also hinted this week that maybe these conditionalities are not necessarily tailored perfectly to Sri Lanka. What is your comment on
Yes,
that?
I mean, you go to a bank at the time of need, and if you come out completely bashed up, then what's the purpose of going in there? I mean, firstly, governments are elected by human beings, and there's a sense of expectation. Now, if you are not part of what is running down the economy, you're bringing clean governance onto the table, you're bringing fiscal discipline that is expected, and you have to confront with the past sins that is brought forward and not carried forward, then why should you be punished? And that is exactly we as the new government have to confront with.